Okay, stop. Whatever you were doing, stop. Because a company just told the entire world, we built something so powerful, so dangerous, we are not giving it to you. And the world's response? Absolute panic. This isn't science fiction. This isn't a movie trailer. This is April 2026. And Anthropic, one of the most serious, safety-obsessed AI labs on the planet, just quietly dropped the name Mythos into the tech world like a grenade. And the shockwave is still going. So what exactly is Mythos? Why are governments freaking out? Why are banks getting emergency alerts? And honestly, should you be scared? Let's go. Here's the TLDR, and I need you to really sit with this. Anthropic has a new AI model called Mythos. It's their most powerful yet, and they are not releasing it to the public. Not because it isn't ready, not because it needs more polish, but because they say it's so skilled at finding and exploiting software vulnerabilities, it's too dangerous to release. Read that again. Too dangerous to release. An AI company, a company whose entire business model is releasing AI, looked at what they built and said, yeah, we can't just put this out there. That should tell you everything. Okay, here's where it gets truly wild. Like, put your phone down and stare at the ceiling wild. Over just the past few weeks, Mythos identified thousands of zero-day vulnerabilities, many of them critical. And get this, many of those vulnerabilities are 1 to 2 decades old. Wait, what? We're talking about bugs that have been hiding inside the software that runs your bank, your hospital, your power grid for 20 years, and no human ever found them. No team of security engineers, no bug bounty hunters, no government-funded researchers, nobody. Mythos found them. Alone, autonomously, in weeks. And here's the part that keeps security experts up at night. The hard part wasn't just spotting the bugs. It was that Mythos autonomously completed both steps, finding the vulnerability buried in millions of lines of code, and then actually verifying that the exploit works in the real world. That's not a scanner. That's not a tool. That is a hacker. A fully autonomous, infinitely patient, never-sleeping AI hacker, pointed at the world's most critical infrastructure. And then, just to make your stomach drop a little further, OpenAI is reportedly preparing their own model, internally called SPUD, that could match Mythos in cybersecurity capabilities. So it's not one lab, it's a race. And the finish line is a weapon. Okay, let me break down how this actually works, because the why makes it even scarier. Imagine you've got a castle. The walls are millions of bricks thick. Hidden somewhere in those walls, there's one loose brick, one that, if you pull it just right, the whole thing comes down. Human security researchers? They're walking around the outside, knocking on bricks, one by one, for years. Mythos doesn't knock. It reads the entire castle blueprint, millions of lines of code, finds the loose brick, confirms that pulling it actually collapses the wall, and reports back. Autonomously. No human in the loop. Now here's the nuance, and it's important. Some researchers are pushing back a little. Experts at AI security firm ISL argue that several of the vulnerabilities Mythos flagged could technically be found by smaller, free, openly available models, if you already know roughly where to look. The key word there is if. Because Mythos doesn't need to know where to look. It just looks. Everywhere. All at once. Smaller models can achieve comparable results, but they require more technical skill, careful prompting, and well-designed tooling to get there. Mythos flattens that learning curve completely, which means the barrier between random person with a laptop and nation-state level hacker just got a whole lot shorter. So zoom out. What does all of this actually mean? Anthropic made the call to restrict Mythos to a small group of major tech companies, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Cisco, CrowdStrike, hoping to give defenders a head start before this technology lands in the wrong hands. That's the stated goal. And honestly, it's a reasonable one. But here's the uncomfortable truth that the smartest people in this space are whispering: the era of AI-driven cyber attacks hasn't just arrived. It may have already crossed a dangerous threshold before Mythos even existed. The tools are already out there. The capability is already spreading. Restricting one model from one lab might be, and I say this carefully, too little, too late. Without serious effort to harden defenses, we could be looking at a wave of devastating attacks on banking systems, power grids, hospitals, water systems. Not in some far-off dystopian future, in the near future, with tools that are already being built right now, in labs we've never heard of. Listen, I'm not here to terrify you. I'm here to make sure you're paying attention. Because this is the inflection point. This is the moment where AI stopped being a productivity tool and started being a geopolitical weapon. And the question I keep coming back to, the one I genuinely don't have an answer to, is this. If Anthropic found thousands of critical vulnerabilities in weeks, what has everyone else already found and just not told us about? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Seriously, I want to know what you think. And if this kind of stuff, the stuff that actually matters in AI, the stuff that changes the world, is what you want to keep watching, hit subscribe. Because we're just getting started.